What's up, good people? Artwork Geo coming to you with another video. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about just how life is really feeling like a game of Tetris. If you really think about it, a lot of us, we rinse and repeat our days. It's nothing exciting going on. And we feel like there's more to achieve, more to see in life. But when we play this game of Tetris, what happens is we get handed all these different blocks. Because in the game of Tetris, it's handing you these blocks that you have to manage and figure out where to put it. You can't be like, hey, hold on, slow down with the blocks. Let me figure out how to do these real quick. Chill out. Stop the button. There's no timeout button in that game. There's no timeout button in life and things that you got to do. You still got to do those things regardless. Your family expect you to do certain things. Especially your small children. If you got young children, you got children, period. I don't care if they're adults. They still call on to you for certain things. You still a parent and care about their well-being. These are things that just will continue to come at you. If you're in a relationship, your partner expects a certain amount of time and energy from you, regardless of what it is you have on your plate on any particular day. There's just things you have to do. As a man, I can definitely vouch for that. I think as men, we don't get checked on enough. We are left to manage what we feel, we have to manage on our own, because expressing ourselves to certain people, we feel weak. We feel less than. So we're left with having to basically bottle that up and find a way to channel that energy into something and hopefully productive. But, not to take nothing away from a female, women go through it too. They have their own set of issues. So just us human beings in general, period, man, we go through a lot, being grown, man, just having these experiences that you go through and coming out on the other side, I feel, is being grown, just living life, learning from the experiences you have and, just trying to figure out how to manage this. But ultimately, the goal is to get out of the game. I don't feel like managing this game of Tetris that we consider life something that we need to just try to manage the whole way through. There's a whole nother level of living that we get to experience if we figure out how to crack that code and just get out of the game. A lot of us are afraid to realize, man, let's pull the plug on this game. Like, why am I even playing this game? Let me not compete with the same people and things that are in this game. Because Tetris has no ending. So you will continue to play that game thinking that you're making progress when you're really not. It's all an illusion. That job you work in, I'm sorry to say it, but it's an illusion. I don't care how much they paying you. You still giving your time, which is priceless, away to make whatever money they feel like your hourly value is. If you get salary, it still break down to the hour. What are they giving you for the sometimes salary is worse, because to my understanding, salary, you get paid the same amount no matter what. And at any given time, because it's not hourly, you can be called on. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like you on call. It's never really a payoff when you work in these jobs. You go a lot of jobs, I feel like a sales job is great to have because you can put in a little more effort and actually get paid out more depending on what you sell. So that's a little bit of a hack right there. But just most jobs, man, to be honest with you, it don't matter how much extra work you put in yesterday. It don't matter if you bagged the groceries a little faster today than you did before. It don't matter if you rang up a customer a little faster than you did before. Doesn't matter if you clean up a little more than you did. None of that matters. They're still going to give you the same amount of money because they already decided how much value you bring to the company and what your time is worth. So knowing that, you have to think bigger picture. This is me telling myself that. I always remind y'all in these videos, I'm telling myself that at the same time. I'm planting the seed for myself. I want something to come back to and watch to be encouraged. I want my son to have content he can watch and be encouraged, because these are everyday experiences and things that we all deal with. So knowing that that's the game we playing, them things just keep coming faster, and you just got to keep trying to figure out how to manage it. Now you get them wins every now and then, you know what I'm saying? You get a certain color lined up, boom, things align sometimes. Sometimes you get these little breaks in your situation, things look up here and there. But at the same time, it's a lot to manage where you don't have to go through all of that. Sometimes you can just say, man, you know what? Yank that plug and let me move on to the next thing. Let me go on and figure out how to be in control of my situation. That's always the goal. So, I was just sitting here, man, and I realized, what I'm saying, that game is really an annoying game, bro, because it's like, yeah, it teaches you how to think quick and, there's some value in that. I'm not taking that away from it. But when you apply that to life, man, it really makes you realize what it is we actually go through on a day-to-day basis and how there's similarities there, because again, you can do a good job at managing it, but when does it end? There's no final payoff. So knowing that, because we all eventually run thin and say, okay, enough is enough. Every person in the history, basically, that's ever played that game has lost because it never stops. So why would you want to be a part of something that just is set up and made for you to fail eventually? You know what I'm saying? What goes up will come down. Gravity works that way. That's just what it is. Nothing you can do. You can be the person who lasts the longest, but eventually you come down. Every person hanging on a pull-up bar, yeah, it was one person got hold on a little longer than the other person, but they all end up down. So, I just want to make that point, man. I want to be able to put things in perspective for y'all and, remind myself, man, to stay encouraged. So if you found any value in this video, I definitely appreciate you liking, commenting, subscribing, and tapping in with me for the next one. I appreciate you. It's work.